am a little bit late, about a minute late, I think. It's just been a little bit of a rush. Um, my weekends feel as busy as my weeks. We went to a boot sale this morning. Um, I don't know whether anyone is in the chat yet, but you may have seen Zahir picked up a drum kit, which is currently in the living room, which should be making its way up to the office at some point this weekend, probably tomorrow. We were going to try and go in today, but I don't think we're going to have the time to do that. So yeah, so it's probably going to be in our living room until tomorrow, and then it will be moved up to the office, which will be good because it's quite a large drum set. Anyway, yeah, so I hope everyone had a good day today and a good week overall. It has been, bear with me, it has been a bit of a, well, thank you, Ash. It is a little bit fancy. It's not that fancy though, it's just one of those you can download, but thanks for popping into the chat. It's been one of those busy days for us anyway. I had boots out this morning, had to come back, do the housework, and I just don't feel like I've stopped. I quite literally only just set up my chat like about 2 or 3 minutes ago, and that's not like me. Normally, I'm quite on top of it, and it's normally all sorted and everything like that. But I wasn't today. Anyway, I can see a few people have started popping into YouTube. My restream chat seems a little bit delayed, so I'll see if I can try and keep YouTube chat open as well, just in case, because it's been doing this recently with the restream. It's just kind of, my chat kind of gets a bit delayed. But I can see Laura and Pleasant Valley Picker have both popped in, so thank you for joining me this evening. I got a pickup from the boot sale this morning, which I was pretty happy with. The guy that we bought the drum kit from, I was looking through his like books and magazines, and I wanted to pick up these. I'll turn them this way so you can see. And I got some like vintage how to crochet pattern book, which I thought was really, really pretty cool. I really love this sort of thing. I can crochet. It's really, really basic. So if I go through some of them in here, I can crochet, but I'm not as confident with crochet as I am with knitting. Knitting, I'm really comfortable with. I've done for many years. Crochet, I've probably learned more over the last 2 or 3 years, I'd say, with crochet. It's like a new hobby for me. But I just love some of the pictures in here. They're really cool. Yeah, I really like them. It's all in black and white, but I really don't mind. And I was thinking I'm going to try it. Probably do some crochet as well. I know I've been doing knitting, but I like crochet as well. I like the sort of like the lace detail and stuff like that you can do with crochet. I mean, you can do the same with knitting. And I actually said to Zahir, I actually joked with him and I was like, "Oh, shall I knit you like a crochet tie?" And he was like, "You can do." And I was like, "Really?" So I might actually make him a tie. That's one of them. I'm just going to move them across. This one I was quite. Let me move that up. That was just like a little ruler thing, paper ruler. This one I quite like because it actually goes with some. There's like quite a few patterns if I can get to them. Yeah. Which I think is pretty cool because you kind of get to know like the names of the patterns that you're doing, and I think that's pretty cool. So I might try out some of those. I'm boring you to death with my patterns, I know. This was just, I think this was just a like how to cast on. I think some of it is like sock knitting in here, I think. No, there's baby ones. I'm sure I saw socks in there somewhere. But yeah. And then there was just like these little simple ones, which I think are pretty cool. This was another learn to crochet. These are pretty cool. Like these are like those little oh, what do you call them? I want to say doilies, but it's not quite doilies because doilies are a lot smaller. But you know. And then there was this one as well, and this one. And think this is pretty cool. I actually said to Zahir, do you want me to knit you that? And it was like, no, I do not. And I was like, right, okay, fine. I know what not to knit, Zahir. Anyway, so I picked those up for free from the boot sale because we bought the drum kit from that guy. So I thought that was really, really cool. Anyway, I'm going to do some knitting now because that's what we're here for. I'm actually gone on to the second ball of wool now. I can see there's a bit of chat as well in there. Let me have a look. Pleasant Valley Speaker says, it seems like every day has been busy for you guys lately. It has been. It has been. It feels like it anyway. It feels like we haven't stopped. So as you can see, I've actually gotten quite far with this jumper. I actually shaped the arms. This is actually the back. So I've shaped the arms. I've actually just got to go to, I think it is 20 and a half inches. So that's how long this has got to be. So from the top end here down to my hem. So I am just going to give it a quick measure because I know I'm pretty close to that. Yeah, so I'm actually on 19 inches. So we should actually finish the back this evening, hopefully. So I am going to start with that. So bear in mind, I'm going to have to keep checking and measuring and making sure I'm at the right point. But yeah, I'm really, really happy with how far this has come. Oh, now I'm caught. Where am I? There we go. Yeah, so I'm really, really like happy with how far along this has actually come, because I'm actually going to be going on to the front after this. So this is the back. We're going to do the front. I don't know whether I'm going to finish the back on stream. We might be able to. It depends on how many rows I get done. Because I reckon I'm probably going to have to do about another maybe 10 rows. 10 rows to add another inch possibly. And then we've got to do the shaping of the shoulders. So that's where we are. Bear with me, let me just change my screen. There we go, I like it on that screen. It always confuses me when I'm not on like the right screen, so I do like to be on certain screens on my channel. So, Pleasant, yeah, you should definitely knit Z. Yeah, I think so. I think. Do you know what, that last picture? I said to Zahir, I said that guy looks so cool in his balaclava there, and he was like, what? So yeah, the thing is, I really, really do enjoy getting some of the older patterns. It's nice to knit some of the modern stuff, but I think some of the vintage ones, particularly when it comes to like the shapes of them, they can be quite different, and I like that. Lucky to find those the day you're going live on a Stitch video. Yeah, I know. Do you know what? I have to stop myself sometimes and be a little bit picky with the things that I do pick up from the boot sale, because there are so many like people selling patterns, and I've got like I've got a sewing machine that I don't use, that I want to use more. So, and I intend on trying to make clothes and things like that. So every so often, when I see the people selling like the clothes patterns, and they're so cheap generally, like no more than like 50p a pound per pattern. And if you buy a few, they're kind of, do a bit of a deal for you. And and I pick them up, and I put them to one side, and I'm like, yeah, I will do that at some point, and I just haven't yet, which is something I really, really do want to do. So yeah, it's so I do have to be careful when I go to the boot sales, especially when it comes to knitting patterns, because when it comes to knitting patterns, I do love picking them up so much. It's one of my favourite things to do is knit. So and Zia just looks at me as though to say, "Do you really need any more patterns? You don't even like do the ones you've got." I'm like, "I do, I do. I love looking at them. I plan on knitting some of them. It all comes down to time. So yeah. Um, Pleasant Valley Picker says, you bought a drum kit. That's cool. I used to play the drums in a basement band my cousin and I had. He played the guitar. That's pretty cool, Pleasant Valley. That's really cool. No, wait, it wasn't me that bought the drum kit. I should say it was Zahir. I may have been with him, but he definitely made the purchase on that one. It definitely was not me. Oh, we'd get some beers and jam in my parents' basement on Friday or Saturday nights. We were pretty good for amateurs. Still have a bunch of tapes I recorded on my reel-to-reel tape recorder. Oh, that is really awesome. I love that. That is really awesome. Me, it's not the same thing, right? But when when me and my brother, I've got right in my brothers and sisters, right? There are five of us in total. Um, so I've got an older sister. I'm the second oldest, and then I've got a younger sister and two younger brothers. And we used to pretend to be DJs with our cassette recorders, and so we used to do like fake radio shows and record ourselves playing music, and yeah, it's quite funny. I don't think any of us have got those old tapes, or if they do, I'm hoping they're in hiding somewhere. Um, if anyone's got anything, it would be my older sister, but I really hope she doesn't. What brand was the drum kit? I have got no idea because Zahir was the one that picked it up. If I'm completely honest, he's researched it. We're going to be selling it separately. Um, we paid £50 for it, and from the research that he's done today, he reckons he's going to get close to like 300 for it once it all sells. So we're really happy with that. But he is planning on parting it out because we're not sure that we did have a bit of a conversation about it. We did say, like, because I was let's just, sell it all together, you know, get our money out as quick as possible, and just, do that. And he was like, I'm going to have a look into it. And he's looked into it, and people have actually been selling it, like, and breaking it down, and selling it quite, with some quite success and for some good money as well. So it was like, actually, all right, we'll split it. But yeah. Just ask him if he needs some more RC. That will make him be quiet. Of course, you need more knitting books. I know exactly. I always need more knitting books. I I like knitting. I, I've got. I want to get a room set up at some point. I mean, then again, I could really use this space, um, and like get a bit of a bookshelf and stuff like that going on in here. Um, so I could actually use a little bit more of this space. The only thing I say is, like, because I've got the sewing machine and I would like the sewing machine set up, but then it's not too much hassle to kind of set it up, and then you know like, because I mainly use it downstairs on the dining table when I have, like, pulled the sewing machine out. So, but I was thinking of maybe having that set up and having a bit of a craft room at some point. That would be really awesome. Um, Obviously, I can't do it right now because this room isn't big enough for it. Um, and yeah, I'm not sure where I'd be able to set it up, if I'm honest. Uh, but yeah, ultimately, I do want to have a. Yeah, ultimately, I do want to have a set up for all my craft stuff. fake radio shows. Would love to hear those. I know it's awful. Honestly, it was well, it was fun at the time, but I imagine we would all sit there and go, "Oh my goodness," if we heard them now. But I really hope that there's no tapes that exist like that anymore. But like I said, if they do, my sister would probably have them. Um, yeah, I know I haven't got any for sure. um, yeah, £300. Yeah, it's it's. We think if it sells for what we expect it to sell for, um, that's what we think we're going to get back on it. So that'll be pretty good because he's got like the drum like cases as well, and apparently they sell for good money as well. So we were like, right, okay, we may as well kind of split it all up and sell it like that. So we'll see. Um, it tells he do research before he sells it. Yeah, he will do. He was doing a lot of research earlier, even down to how to actually set up the drum kit. He was watching it on YouTube, someone who was setting it up. So, because initially we were thinking about selling it as a whole, but now we're thinking more of splitting it. We don't really need to know how to set it up if we're honest. So, we probably won't go down that route of setting it up. But yeah, it looks to be pretty good, and like there's like I don't think there's any damage to any of the drums in any way, no cracks or anything like that. So that's pretty good. Um, Evening Antoinette Daly, thank you for popping into the chat. Um, yeah, so did anyone else go car booting or yard sailing or whatever it is? Did you go sourcing today, basically? That would be an easier way to say it, wouldn't it? Did you go out and buy some stuff to sell? Um, we went to a charity shop afterwards actually as well. 'Cause it's not really on the way home. It was a bit of a detour, but I don't always get a chance to go into this charity shop, and I quite like it. For clothes, it's quite good for clothes. And although I didn't pick up anything to sell, Zahir did. I bought a couple of bits for. Well, I got myself a skirt, and I got Zara a top as well. And I like doing that because it saves us money. So yeah. Pleasant Valley says there were some crazy songs we made up to. Wouldn't want anyone. Wouldn't want some of them to air in public. Oh, that sounds cool. It's nice to have those little reminders, though. I love that sort of thing. I was thinking like I don't know what it was that reminded me of it. I think I was playing a song in the car actually on the way to the boot sale. That may have been what reminded me of it. And it just reminded of when me and Zahir first got together because we actually worked together. We met working at Dixon's of all places. So I was a cashier and he was one of the sales guys. And Zahir was always late for work. That shouldn't actually surprise you, but he was always late. And the manager obviously knew that me and Zahir were dating, so I was on time on my shift there, and he was like, Rebecca, dial Zahir's number, and I was like, right, okay. So I dialed Zahir's mobile number, and I was just reminded Zahir of this today, and it was like, I can't believe you dialed my number and got me into trouble like that. And I was like, you were meant to be at work. But yeah, I love stuff like that because it really, like, music's awesome because it can really, like, remind you of a time. And I hadn't thought about that for such a long time. And it was, I don't know what I was playing. I don't know what song it was now. But I just remember playing that song and it just reminded me of when, you know, me and Zahir were first dating, and and working together as well. So that was quite funny. I was just like, yeah, that's pretty awesome. I love that. I really do. And still, we had some really good tunes. May put some on YouTube eventually when I get around to it. Oh, you should do that. That would be awesome to have a listen. That would be really awesome. Did I mark? Yeah, I did. That's okay. I'm trying to keep track of my things. Oh, I caught my wall there. I try to keep an eye on my thing. Tell me if it gets a bit dark in here. I've got the window open, so if the light does go, I will put on like my light. I think we're okay for the light at the moment, but if it looks dark at all, tell me and I will switch it on because it is starting to kind of uh, darken in the room a little bit. But it was just too light to kind of stick a light on when I first started. But then I'm looking at the time and I'm like, by the time we're done, it might be a bit dark, so just let me know if the stream does end up looking a bit dark, and I'll switch the light on, because I didn't want the blind to be shut because it's been such a gorgeous day. It's a really really nice weekend this weekend. We're hoping to go to another boot sale tomorrow morning as well. But this one will be different. We went to one of our local ones, Norcross, because they do it on a Saturday and a Sunday. So we tend to do the Norcross one on a Saturday and then do a different one on the Sunday. And I think we're headed to Windyke because our local one that we really like doesn't actually start until next week, because we've got a local one in Billsborough. And that's like our favourite one to go on a Sunday. But that doesn't start. I think it's next week it's meant to start. It normally starts at the bank holiday weekend, but I don't know whether it's this one or the one in May that it starts on, because it might be in May because their field can be a bit dodgy sometimes, so they do sometimes put it off until May. So I would have to keep an eye out on that and see when they actually decide to do that. But yeah, it's been so nice, and I really didn't want to shut the blind this evening. I was just like, no, I don't want to shut it. I'm not going to shut the blind and put the light on, because sometimes if it's a bit dark and rainy and outside, I shut the blind and put the light on so that it's all set up for the light in here. But I didn't this evening. It was too gorgeous to shut out the light. Alright, so I actually changed over my wall. I think I did say that. You see, my little strand there. And the colours are actually, because it's like this multicoloured thing, it's it hasn't like messed, because I was not like concerned, but I was like sitting there thinking, what if like the dye is different? And I know you should check these things, like when you like make sure they're part of the same batch. Each of like the on the balls of wool, there'll be like a number that says what dye batch it's in, and you should check those when you buy them. I didn't on this one, right? So because I thought, oh well, it's got like this like pattern through it, and I just thought, yeah, but what if they changed like the pattern slightly, like how they put the colours into the wall, like the sections. And I was like, yeah, I hopefully that hasn't happened, but this has actually carried on quite nicely. It hasn't messed up at all, so that was pretty good. I was like, yeah, that's good. The last thing you want is for it to kind of start doing odd patterns. Pleasant Valley Pick says, my cousin wrote the songs. Actually, we made them up just jamming. When we got a good tune, we would refine it. Some songs have a few versions on tape, I think. Oh, okay, cool. I love music. A song can take you right back in time. It can, absolutely. And I think that's what's really great about music. It really, really can take you right back. And like you can remember something that's like will make you, you know, it will make you happy or make you smile, or you know, or if it's something sad, it can have that effect on you as well. But generally, I think music, yeah, music's pretty awesome. People relate to it, don't they? Uh, Even have some video of us playing live for our friends. Pretty funny now, but great to have. Oh yeah, I bet it is. You're lucky to have boot sales in the UK. Yeah, it's pretty cool to have boot sales. Yeah, we don't always go to them. We didn't go to a lot of them last year, because of the amount of stock that we did have. Saying that, we probably shouldn't be going right now, but because we're building up the second store, um, or the general store, as we keep saying, it is we kind of need a bit of stock for that. But we are trying to be picky with it. We're trying to be really, really picky with the second store. Um, just purely because the amount of stock we do have on the RC store, so it's really, really important that we are picky, because we can't get into a situation where we've just got so much stock that we can't handle it. Weather's been cold here the past week. Yeah, there's still a bit of a chill, but it's just nice to have like the sun out. You know, it can still be a bit misleading when the wind blows and stuff like that here, because it really is a bit chilly. But it's nice to have a bit of sunshine, and after like all the grey, rainy weather, it's just nice to see it. Um, Pleasant Valley says it's looking good. Good. That's good. That's awesome. Um, Antoinette Daly says our local car boots don't start until May. Yeah, I mean we're pretty lucky where we are. We've got one that we can go to that is like all year round. We don't tend to go to that one a great deal because it is a 40-minute drive. We should make the effort because it is a good one. We don't always make the effort to go to that one. And then our ones actually do start up as soon as they can when the fields are ready. There is one that's still a bit of a drive, which started again, I think, off the top of my head, we haven't been back to it yet, but it started towards the end of February. So we're quite lucky with where we are, because there's a few that we know of that kind of either, well, there's one that we know of that goes throughout the year, and then there's others that kind of start a little bit earlier than, but we're still waiting for like our favourite one to start up, which hopefully, if the field's good, it'll be ready. But yeah, it's you do miss them when they're not there. You do miss them. You have yard sales here in Canada. Ash says, my son wanted a talking Elmo today at the car boot sale for £1. I was curious, so checked eBay. It's only worth £35. Why anyone would pay that is beyond me, but I'm stealing it from my son tonight. Oh, Ash! Oh, as long as he doesn't find out, will he work it out that you've taken it? No, it's yeah, it's crazy. Kids' toys are absolutely crazy, and I think I know which one you mean, like the talking Elmo, because my sister-in-law, she had one, because she also does a little bit of eBay, um, uh, and she had one, and she was just like, it's crazy what they sell for, and her son wanted it as well, so she did let him have it for a bit, but I think she ended up selling it. But it's crazy. The kids' toys are crazy. Hi Marcella, thank you for popping in. We are still working on the back, but we're nearly actually done. I've been knitting off stream, so I shaped the arms for the back. yesterday evening. I think I did a majority of it because I've been kind of. I haven't really got any projects on the go off stream at the moment, so I've just been knitting this off stream, um, like in the evenings to get my knitting fix, like doing a few rows here and there. Marcella says, "You prepared to pay," and this is aimed at Ash. Are you prepared to pay for your kid's counselling bill to discuss the loss of his doll in the night? Aww. Hopefully, he'll be all right. He might have just wanted, you know, to have a little play. That's hard though, isn't it? When the kids want something and you know it's worth something. We'll have to let him keep it. Yeah. Oh. Could you imagine his face if he woke up in the morning and it was just gone? He would just be so upset. Yeah. I don't think the kids have ever really wanted anything that. Um. mm, no, they haven't. I can't think of anything that they've really, really wanted that we've said, like, no. Um, there was like when we pick up like Polly Pockets and stuff like that, Zara, she did have a bit of a stage where she wanted those, and she kept a couple. Um, but yeah, most of the time they were pretty happy to see them go. And the thing is, my like our kids are like older now, so it's more like clothing and things like that. But then I'm keeping an eye out for them separately, really. But if there was anything that they really wanted, that they really liked, which is going to be pretty unlikely because they're teenagers, so mum shopping for them is not the coolest thing. And what I think is cool and what they think is cool are two very different things. So we don't really get that. Um, but yeah, I imagine there's a bit where you have to let them have it. Um, 1 second, I am gonna turn this light on because although it doesn't look that dark on stream, it's dark in my room, so I'm gonna have to switch that light on. 1 sec. Well, it's helping me a little. There you go. At least I can see what I'm doing now. Sorry, I'm just gonna have a quick drink. 1 sec. Oh, yeah, I've put myself back on again. Sorry, I just turned my mic off so you couldn't hear me drinking. Um, used to get a lot of great bands in the 70s in my hometown. In those days, some big Canadian groups would play at our hockey arena. Even a few US bands. Tickets were like $3. Cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, toys are pricey. They really are. As soon as you put sit down for more than 10 minutes, it's mine though. That's the thing, he might just need a little bit of a play and then he might be alright. He might be like, yeah, you can have it, Dad. Go on. Yeah, we went to one, Ash. We're planning on going to one tomorrow as well. But yeah, we'll see. The one tomorrow is a different one to the one we went to today, because the one we went to today, it does a Saturday and a Sunday. And although I do like going to it on a Sunday, when there's others on as well, I'm kind of like, if we've been to it on a Saturday, are we going to get the same people there on the Sunday? It's not always the case. Sometimes it can be really good. But if we go to that one on a Saturday, I kind of do like to go to the other one on a Sunday. So Marcella, that's a tough one. Because when you buy it, see, this is why I try not. If I know I'm going to keep something, I try not to look it up. Because if I do look it up, then I sit there and then I question whether I really need it. But you recently bought a vase from a charity shop to store my kitchen cooking spoons in. Mistake for me looking it up online. It is worth 200. I'm conflicted because it fits my space, but hello money. I know. See, that is what I would. I try not to look at things up, um, because if I do know it is worth money. Saying that, I have kept stuff though, like um, my Fitbit, which I absolutely love. Zahir got from Boot South for £40. At the time, we could have sold it for about 100. Well, actually over 100. And I wanted it, and he let me keep it. So yeah. I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. It depends on how much you like it. See, Ash is straight in there. That's amazing find. I would be putting it straight on. I know. I think that's it. It depends on how much you like it and you want to keep it, really. But yeah, I'd be tempted to. I don't know. How much do you like it, Marcella? Right. I have only managed to do. How many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4. This is my fifth row. So I probably won't be getting on the shoulders tonight. I always get nervous about shipping expensive breakable items. How do you deal with the risk? That yeah, that's I don't know. That's quite tough, really. I mean, the sort of stuff that we mainly deal in now is like the RC stuff, and most of that is boxed that we sell, like particularly when we got the boats and things like that. But yeah, I don't know. Is it more like the risk of it breaking that bothers you? Because we were really concerned, like when we sold one of the boats, I can't remember where we shipped it off to, and we were really really concerned, because we did, like, we had two of these boats, so, and we didn't want to like list the other one until we had confirmation that the guy had received it like all in one piece, and I can't remember what it sold for. I'm kind of thinking it was about 200, I think we sold it for, this RC boat, and the guy got it and he was really happy with it. It got reached in one piece, and it's always a relief when you hear. I mean, sometimes you don't hear anything though, and I hate that. I hate it when you don't hear anything. I mean, and I know it's like, well, they'd be contacting you if there was something wrong. You go, and so you kind of have to kind of put yourself at ease like that. But yeah, it's always nervous waiting to hear to see whether they've received something. That's a bit of a tough one. I just read Ash's comment. Wrap it up safely and hope for the best. If anything goes wrong, you get a tub of ice cream and cry until you get over it. Well, that's what I do. Oh dear. No, it is a nervous wait though. I guess if item is sold for enough, I would a full double boxing for safe packaging. Otherwise, shipping is so expensive here. Yeah, that's the thing. I think sometimes I think Zahir's done it before, where he's double boxed something, um, because he had concerns that he wanted to make sure it did get to you know because we as resellers we don't ship things to for them to break. Like we want the person to actually receive the item in one piece. So so yeah, you kind of you do your best, don't you, to try and make sure that it does reach the buyer in one piece. Um, and some things are, I suppose, a little bit easier than others. Like I said, most of our RC parts are like large letter, and they can just go in a padded envelope, and we don't really have to worry. Um, but on other stuff, you do have to kind of take the time and just make sure it is packaged well. Pleasant Valley Picker says the double box sounds like a good idea. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. I just realised I moved my hands out of the frame. See, look, I've put my little cross on my mouse pad so that I know, you know what, stick your knit in here. This is where you want to keep it. So you can actually see what I'm doing, and I keep moving it. That is not good, is it? I think it's the way I'm sitting today, because I'm actually sitting quite forward. I think I am. I'm sitting quite far forward. So I keep feeling like I need to move it back, and then there we go. Okay, so we've managed 6 rows so far. That is pretty cool. Yeah, we can't complain about our shipping actually. Our shipping in the UK is well, I say we don't complain about it. We 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 don't send everything tracked. We send most things standard, so and that's cheaper for us to send things than to send it tracked. There are certain things that we will decide to put tracking on, more expensive items, but then we kind of the price kind of reflects that anyway, like in our shipping costs. So, but overall, can't complain about the shipping really. Yeah, You can get caught out of your shipping sometimes, though, can't you? I mean, I don't mind if we've kind of miscalculated it slightly. I mean, we had one recently that, because of the cost of the item, like how much we charge for the item anyway, and I think it was like £5. I think we were like £5 we had to put towards it, which, considering the cost of the item, we were just kind of like, that's fine. It comes out of the profit a little bit, but it's very rare that that happens. That we kind of miscalculate something that means that we have to put money in. Overall, generally, we've priced our shipping costs like no, so that that doesn't happen. But I just think it was just where the person lived. It was just like, I don't know where they lived now, and it just cost us more than we had estimated, really. Um, no appearance by Z today. Is he snoozing again? Beck? No, he's gone out to walk Alf, and he wanted takeaway tonight, and we didn't. So me and the girls have eaten from home, and he was going to walk Alf and go and get himself a kebab. So that's probably. I think I've just heard the door anyway. I think he's only just this minute come back. So he's been going out, walking Alf, and getting himself some food. So that's why he's not been around this evening. And because he was going to go get some food, I said to him, "I'll go and get some fizzy as well." So he's going to hopefully have brought back some lemonade and maybe some Coke. But the thing is, if I asked for lemonade, he's probably bought some Coke. So because I like lemonade and he likes Coke. Marcella asks, "Does Alf get a doggy kebab too?" Um, no, he doesn't. We try and keep him on a grain-free diet, although he does get treats that aren't grain-free. Um, so, so his dog food is all like grain-free and stuff. So we don't. Well, I'm sure Zahir. The thing is, Zahir would give it to him, but he gets like chili sauce and stuff like that on his kebab. Um, so no, we he wouldn't. I wouldn't be happy if he gave it to Alf. Let's just put it that way, because it would upset Alf's stomach, I think. Yeah, he's been to the shop because he just called the girls down for chocolate. He said he bought them chocolate, so. My daughter's just waving to me upstream. She's just standing at the door. It sounds like Z is stocking up on food supply for the weekend. Yeah, yeah, he is. The thing is, he wanted a kebab last night, and like none of us really wanted it, so he ended up like not getting a kebab last night. So today he was just like, you know what, I'm going to do what I want. He goes, I'm getting kebab tonight. I was like, that's fine, but we'll eat something different because, he likes that. He likes that food, and we don't generally eat it. Like I don't like it that much. I'll eat it if I have to, but it's not something that I want to eat. Exactly, exactly, Marcella. And to be quite honest, Marcella, I don't want that because Alf does. When we go up to bed, Alf, I bring Alf's bed up as well, so he sleeps in our bedroom on the floor in his dog bed, and yeah, there's just no way I want that in the at night time because he's Alfie's like really likes being around people, and I do worry about him being left at night time downstairs. So we just have him in our bedroom. It's safest all round, I think. And plus, originally when we first got him, we did try to kind of break him into sleeping in the living room, and he just wasn't having it. He just kept crying out at night time, and so we made the decision to actually have him in our room. So he sleeps in our room, and there's no way I want that at night time. I really don't. So yeah. Alp has a sensitive digestive system. Does he always also write poetry? No, Pleasant Valley Picker. He hasn't got like a sensitive digestive system. It's just most most dogs they have a problem with gas when they're on certain foods, um, and so the way to kind of eliminate it is by cutting out like keeping them on a grain-free diet, or some people actually keep them on a raw diet, and but that's when they feed their dogs like the raw meat and things like that. Now Alf was on a raw diet when he came from the rehoming centre, so they used to feed him on a raw diet, and the guy actually said to us, he said, if you don't want to keep him on a raw diet, that's fine, but then move him to like a grain-free diet. So that's why we try to keep him on a grain-free diet, is because basically that's what he's been used to. So because I don't know, it's not that I can't deal with the raw meat. The raw meat diet can be quite expensive, um, and it is a lot about. There's a lot of work that goes into calculating what like percentage you should be giving the dogs, like versus like the amount of meat compared to what you put in it. So there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and I was just like, I'm not sure I want to do that, so we'll move him to the grain free, because originally I was thinking about keeping him on it, but it's a lot of hard work to keep a dog on a raw diet, although it's really good for them, what it's meant to be. But then the grain free is like the alternative that you can give them. But I'm not a dog expert either, so I wouldn't take advice from me either. It's just from what I was told. Zia's dreaming of a big bucket of KFC. Yeah, the thing is, we don't have like a KFC near to us, and like this morning we drove past one, right, on the way to the boot sale. On a way from the boot sale to the charity shop, and so he was like, "Oh, there's a KFC around here," and he didn't realise we had already driven past it. And I was like, "We've driven past it and it's closed because like they weren't even open." So it was like double disappointment: one, to realise he had driven past it, and two, that it was actually closed when he drove past it anyway. Yeah. Becks is on grain-free diet. I was no, he's not. No, no. Maybe he should be though. But no, he's not. I don't think Zahir would be happy if I said to him he had to go on a grain-free diet. He would be very upset, I think. Right, I'm going to give this a quick measure, only because I've done 8 rows in total on stream, and I just want to keep check and just make sure we are close to where we need to be. So, oh, come on. Okay, yeah, so we are at 20 inches, so I need to do just half an inch. So that is going to be maybe two rows. No, it's probably going to be 4 actually. Which I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do before I finish because we've only got a few minutes. So I'm going to get on and do another row. But yeah, so it's going to be 4 rows, and then we're going to be doing the shaping of the shoulders, which by the looks of it only goes over a couple of rows. We could actually do it. You know what? If I have a look, looking at the pattern, cast off 6. I'm just reading from the to shape the shoulders. So cast off 6 stitches at the beginning of next 6 rows. Oh, okay, it's over in next 6 rows to do that. So cast, and then at the beginning of the next 2 rows, and then cast off remaining stitches. So in total, how many is that? So 6 rows. So we're looking at doing about 8 rows. Well, another 12 rows. That will be. It'll be 12 rows in total, I think. So now I'm seeing an image of say breaking into a KFC desperate. I know he does like his KFC. The thing is, I think when he took the girls into Preston this week, he actually had a KFC. But they've changed their chips here, and I'm not liking them much, if I'm honest. They've gone, you know, they used to do like the fries, but now they're almost like a wedge, with like the skin still on. And I'm not sure I like them actually. No, actually I don't like them. It's not that I'm not sure that I like them. I don't like them. Yeah. See, I'm kind of upset that they changed something that wasn't broke. It was kind of like, why did you change it? Because I don't like them now. So yeah, not happy with KFC and their changing of their chips. Although Zahir was still quite happy to go to them. He did try the chips again, and he said, "No, I still don't like them." And like, well, I don't like them, so that's that out the window. Um, I don't know what you mean. What is it? I think it's just the last follower, but I don't think. Yeah, I know what you're saying actually. But yeah, I can actually take that off screen somehow. Da-da-da. I can't find it now. I think I have to do it off stream. But yeah, I know what you're saying. Um, but to be fair, this person actually also followed Zahir on Twitch, so I don't think it's meant to be like offensive. But I know what you mean. I will have a look at it and see if I can change it. I'm just having a look at my screen and I'm just like, I can't see how to. Because there is a way that I can actually take that off. But I'm not on the right screen for it. Because normally it appears in one of my boxes like down here. You can't see where I'm pointing, but um, along the bottom row. And before I go live, I can change any of that and do that. But then once I'm live, that box seems to disappear. So I will have a look. Yeah, I know what you mean. I think it's um, because I was thinking this as well because when I record using OBS, because I'm using like OBS Streamlabs to do this, um, I I have the option to actually take it off before my stream, um, but um, I can't find the option to do it. And I know because there are some, you know, when you get like your alerts on screen, like if you stream, there are some that just pop up on the screen. So I'll have a look when I get off stream because I think you're right about that. Is like whether it should actually stay on the screen all of the time. Um, yeah, I'll have a look at it because I'm sure it's down to the timing settings as well. So like, you know, if you get like a new follower, um, then it changes. I know that, but then it means that that stays on the screen. I'll have a look into it. It's a really short, like rambly way of saying. I know what you're saying. I will have a look into it and see what I can do. But I've got a feeling on this, the thing on this setting. I think the idea is that the new follower one is always meant to be there, and then it's meant to change when you get your next follower. I think. I don't think the name is offensive. It's just prominent. Like you are sponsored by someone. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'll have a look at it. I'll talk to Zahir as well and just say to him, look, what about this? But it might be like this overlay that I've chosen. It's one of those things where it stays on screen because my other alerts don't. Like so, like um, I've got other alerts that will come up as well, and they pretty much come up and then go away. Whereas this kind of just stays on the top of the screen, but I can take it off as well, so I can choose to kind of disable it. So I might do it that way because I'm sure the follower one comes up as an alert anyway, like in the thing. I now I'm just like rambling about how I'm going to set it up for next time. Um, do you know what? I don't think it's like. I don't think it's meant to be offensive. I really don't. It depends on how you say it, I suppose. But yeah, I don't think it's meant to be offensive. I'm just reading it back because I can see that like the my recent followers, and yeah, it's. I don't think it's meant to be offensive. It doesn't bother me either way. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Marcella. But yeah, I'll definitely look into it for the next stream and see what I can do. Because like I said, I'm sure that follower alert comes up on the screen anyway, and then disappears. So I could actually get rid of that box. Oh dear. See that? See that's how I read it, Marcella. Dab one man. Yeah. You're not rambling, we're having a conversation on it. Do you know what? I always feel like I ramble. Even when I do my vlogs as well, I kind of like, you'll also suddenly see me like just cut off and go, yeah, anyway, that's enough. Because I'm like, I catch myself that I'm like, talking quite a lot. So I'm quite aware of that. I remember on Z's Fortnite streams, the new followers are only on for a few seconds. Yeah, see that I think that's what mine does, but I think because the like the overlay thing that I've kind of stuck on the screen, I think what happens is it then leaves the last follower on the screen for like ages, and um, to be quite honest, it's not an issue, but I'm not sure that I want it there all of the time. So yeah, it's not something I tend to look at that much. Must be one of Z's Fortnite followers. It very well might be. We know what you're saying, even when you're rambling. That's good. That's good. I just get conscious of it. That's all. Right. So, um, I am on that note gonna call it a night. I might actually end up finishing this off stream. I don't know if I will actually. I know I probably will before, so we will probably be starting on the front when we go to the next stream on Tuesday, because I've only got. It's going to be about 10 rows, but I'm not going to. Could you imagine if you weren't rambling? It would be stitch one, loop two, stitch one, loop two. I know. It's good that I can just chat and chat and chat. Well, it helps when people are in the chat as well, because then that like we're having a conversation. So that also helps. Any estimate on how long till jumper is done? I reckon I am going to finish this with the rate I've been knitting at recently. I think I'm going to be finishing this either not this week. It'll probably be sometime the following week, I reckon. Just going on how much I'm knitting at the moment. So I'm knitting every evening for about 2 or 3 hours, and so that kind of adds up, and that's why there's like I've managed to get so much done in such what feels like such a short amount of time for me. So yeah, so probably it won't be complete this week. So I'm just thinking we've got 2 streams this week, and I reckon on Tuesday we're going to be on the front and working like part of the pattern, and then depending on how much knitting I get done over the week, then we've just got 2 sleeves to do, and then it will just be sewing it up. And I'm doing short sleeves because my daughter has claimed this jumper, so, and I've asked her what she wants, because you can have either 3/4 length sleeves or short sleeves, and she does want the short sleeves, because I did say to her, I said, if you want them longer I can do them longer, and she said no, I'm happy with the short sleeves. And I was like, right, okay. So that is not going to take us long at all to do. So yeah, I reckon in about 2 weeks it'll probably be done, is a short answer. I could have just said 2 weeks, really. See, there I go again. Anyway, have Z take a look. Maybe get an emergency smart button on the keyboard to erase bad names. Yeah, I mean, yeah. The thing is, you can't help it if someone's name's kind of a bit on the rude side, but I don't think that name is rude, if I'm honest. The way I read it doesn't read rude. We love to chat. Thanks for the stream. Well, thank you to everyone that's joining me this evening. Really, really do appreciate it. I will be back on Tuesday, like I said, at 7:30 in the evening. I have to remember the time, because I'm sitting there and I'm like, I know because I'm doing extra hours on Tuesday because I've got staff training, so I finish work a little bit later on Tuesday. But I will be here at 7:30 in the evening to do another live. Hopefully, we'll be on the front section and starting the pattern like panels, which will be really cool. And I've got my vlog out on the channel tomorrow, so Anyway, good night. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you on the next stream. Bye.